Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Just finished West Ham United 2, Manchester City 2. Well, say just finished. It finished ages ago, but we had to stay behind for the Martin Noble ceremony to say thank you to the players for their efforts this season. As West Ham have got European football once again. A fantastic point. Really puts sixth place. It's not in our hands, of course, but Manchester United now need to win next week. And if they don't and we do, we'll get six. But back to today's game. That was a really good game of football. Obviously, naturally, a little bit disappointed to be 2 goals up and only come away with a point. Of course, if you offered me a point before the game, I would have bit your hand off. But that removes context, and the context is we were 2-0 up at half-time. However, I thought it was a really good game of football. I thought both teams had 12 men out there today. West Ham had the home crowd behind them from start to finish. Thought the atmosphere was fantastic. Really, really good atmosphere today. And of course, Manchester City had Anthony Taylor as their 12th man. Now, this isn't a dig at Man City. I don't think they were cheating. I don't think they were necessarily diving or anything like that. Lyon were cheating. Manchester City were not cheating today. Taylor was just dreadful. He was just absolutely dreadful as a referee. Horrendous officiating from him, but that's all I'm going to say about it. You could argue, I'd have to see it back, but it felt in real time the free kick for their second goal was a bit weak. It felt like Laporte jumped into Javid Bowen in order to get the free kick. I need to see the replay on that one. But anyway, where I sit, I had a really good view of both West Ham goals, which is good news. Bad news is I had a really good view of Manchester City's goals as well. But the first one, fantastic ball over from Canal, sort of just hooks it over the top for him. For Javid Bowen, does everything right. It's a really tight angle for him to put into the back of the net from, and it looked too tight from where we sat, but he got it into the back of the net. Fantastic start, and it was a brilliant start from us. You know, Dawson had a header go over in the first couple of minutes of the game as well. We came out, we took it to Man City. And then, in between that and the first goal, City were on top, City were having all the possession, but they weren't really testing Fabianski at this point. I thought we were sitting in well, we were well organised, we made it really hard to break down. I was very, very impressed from us. You know, the pass from Fornals was brilliant, everything from Javid Bowen was just unbelievable. Then Antonio sets up the second one. We are well and truly in dreamland at the minute now, West Ham fans, aren't we? Fantastic ball from Antonio. I thought he did really well, Antonio, actually, because he sort of holds it a little bit long enough for Bowen to get his run so that when he plays it, he's through. But not too long, so Antonio's offside. Fantastic play by Antonio. Good run by Javid Bowen. A couple of City players get back, recover a little bit, put him under pressure. But Bowen does well, holds him off, and the fantastic is finished to cut across Ederson like that. And that's something you have to take into consideration today. Javid Bowen has beat a world-class goalkeeper twice. Not many people score a brace against Manchester City or Liverpool. We're the 2 best goalkeepers in the league, but Javid Bowen's done it today. Made it look relatively easy in the first half, didn't he? But we were just superb. You know, the half-time whistle went, the place was absolutely rocking, and it felt like fate almost, that it was for Martin Noble kind of thing. Obviously, 3 minutes into the second half, they got their first goal, deflection, Jack Grealish volley, deflection into the back of the net, and then the second goal come from I think it was a Soufalo goal. You guys will correct me if I'm wrong, but judging by Soufalo's reaction as well, it looked like it glanced off him, but there wasn't much he could do. You know, so I think it's a fantastic free kick. He goes for it, you know what his intention is, he's trying to head it out for a corner. Unfortunately, he glances it into the back of the net. There's nothing you can do about it. He feels like he's got to go for it. It's unlucky from Soufalo, that's all. Felt gutted for him. He looked heartbroken on the pitch, if you like, and he did picked up by Fabianski. But City were on top. City had us under massive pressure, but understandably so. It's going to happen when you play Man City. You see it all the time. You sit in, and we managed in the first half. I don't think Fabianski had loads to do. But the second half, they cranked up a couple of notches, Man City, and the equaliser was probably deserved in the end in regards to the rhythm of the game and the play. They probably had enough about them to get that goal. And then Mikel Antonio, I need to see that. I need to see it back. I need to see the replay. This is the one chance that was done the opposite end, and perspective's difficult in that stadium at times. But it looked horrendous, you know, a bad back pass puts him through on goal, and where Javid Bowen's composed and calm, Antonio looked anything but calm and composed when he was through. It looked like he tried to dink the keeper for 25 yards and put it well wide. But saying that, bar that, I thought Antonio had a really good game today. I felt sorry for him. When I was speaking about Anthony Taylor at the start, he was just giving Antonio nothing. Any tussle, any 50-50 just seemed to be going Fernandinho's way. Then at one point, Antonio gives a little bit back. Cancelo pushes out for a corner with his hand, and he gives a free kick to Man City. You know, if you're going to let the City defence be a little bit physical, that's fine, but you've got to let Antonio do it as well. You've got to make it fair. You've got to make it a fair battle. And I think that's why I was a bit annoyed with the referee's performance today. It didn't feel like he was officiating both sides fairly. It felt like more was going for Man City. You know, that tackle from Jesus was a result of Anthony Taylor, if you like, letting everything go. It was a horrendous challenge. But anyway, penalty. I'll be honest, I thought it was a pen in real time when Dawson did it. He's sort of right. I'm looking down at it when Dawson done it, and it felt like it was a pen. Had a little bit of hope when Taylor went over. It felt like he was taking a little while. But usually when they do that, the referees are just kind of convinced themselves that they can see a foul. We did get a little replay on the big screen, which they're not supposed to, but we got one. It looked like a penalty then as well. There might have been a foul on Soufal in the same rhythm of play, I'm not too sure, but certainly from Dawson I thought it was. And a bit clumsy perhaps, but I can't criticise anyone today. The boys gave 100%. They absolutely threw everything at Man City defensively. Stood tall, and Dawson got this one wrong, but Fabianski, unbelievable save. It was a really good penalty from Riyad Mahrez. I think it looks like he's not quite top corner. He's got a little bit of pace behind it, quite high for the keeper. Superb save. Went on, and you know, we held on for 2-2, and it felt like a win at the end. It felt you had that little celebration at the end. I think everybody knew that Wolves were only drawn with Norwich as well, so obviously a point got us European football anyway, but we're now guaranteed 7th minimum, puts us in a really strong position for next weekend to get 6 ahead of Man United. Fantastic game. Now obviously Jarrod Bowen, 2 fantastic finishes from him. Thought he was knackered in the second half. I thought City had him and Soufal pinned right back. I thought Grealish and Zinchenko done a good job on them, both of them booked. Couldn't really tackle for the last half hour, so it was a difficult game for them too. But 2 fantastic finishes from Jarrod Bowen today. You know, there's a player that's justifying his inclusion in the Player of the Year nominations in the Premier League this season. There is a player telling Gareth Southgate, you cannot leave me out of that England squad that you've got coming up. I don't know when it gets announced. I imagine it's a week or 2. He's got to be in it. Superb performance, but not my man of match. He might have been the man of match, I'm not sure. Not my man of match. My man of match, Lucas Fabianski. You know, I'm the first person to criticise him. I'm aware of that, and perhaps that's misleading me. Again, you'll correct me in the comments, but I thought Fabianski was unreal today. Not just even without the penalty save. I thought he made a couple of really good stops from Zinchenko. There was one from Rodri. It looked like a right stinger into the top corner, but Fabianski's positioning was really good. Came and punched a couple of crosses, but I'll tell you what, his distribution today was fantastic. In the first half, he was trying to get the early ball away. Very early on in the game, he did that half volley, 60, 70 yards onto the foot of Jarrod Bowen running down the right wing. A couple of quick throws out as well. I thought Fabianski was just unbelievable today. One of the best performances I've seen from him this season. Zuma and Dawson, magnificent at the back. Dawson obviously made the mistake for the penalty, but I thought the 2 of them were blocking everything, heading everything. A couple of times a dangerous ball would come in and you take a sharp inhale, and then bang, there's Dawson or Zuma getting rid of it as well. I thought Declan Rice was a monster in the middle of the pitch as well, and the boys gave everything today, absolutely 100%, every single one of them 100%. You could see how shattered they were come the end. Now what I will say, just wanted to say one more thing, and that is fair play to the Man City fans today actually. Whenever there was something to do with Mark Noble, the majority of them were applauding. You know, in the 16th minute there was a minute's applause for Noble. They were on their feet already, but they were joining in the applause before the game when his name got called out again. They applauded. I thought really classy touch from Man City today, the fans, and obviously the substitution. I mean, you could understand, would they have done it? They were 2-0 down. I'd like to think they would have actually, but it's difficult to tell. But certainly when Mark Noble come on the pitch again, those Man City fans were applauding. And they're only 2-2 at this point. It's not the ideal result for them. It's not the end of the world. A draw, they're okay with that. They can get away with it. Titles in their hands still, but I just wanted to mention that really, because I know I'm having a little moan at the referee, and I'll probably come across like I'm moaning about City. I'm not. It's the referee and referee only. But the City fans today at the London Stadium were fantastic. Really nice, classy touches from them. But yeah, anyway, big result, big draw. European football for West Ham next season. Big send off for Mark Noble. Emotional. I held it together. Just when he said, "I hope I made you all proud," there was a little bit of water behind these eyelids. None escaped, but it nearly got me. You nearly got me, Mark. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you tomorrow.